Friday, December 24, 2021. Merry Christmas to you all faithful viewers, and thanks for joining us on another edition of Prime Flash on My Media Prime with me, Audrey Zatsa. The death has been announced of Cameroon's artist and winner of the 2021 Biggie 237 reality TV show known as Fish. He died in a ghastly car accident yesterday, December 23, on the Tiko Boya Road as he was on his way for a concert in Boya Southwest region. Reports say he was on board a vehicle with his manager, Feka Patch, who equally passed away. The mortal remains of Fish and manager have been converged to the Boya mortuary pending burial. The artist was involved in another accident barely days before this fatal one in the same vehicle. The residence of the former mayor of Mamfe Manu Division Southwest region has been razed to ashes. Armed men are said to have invaded Mayor Ayuk Dashushong John's house, and after firing shots in the air, they then proceeded to set it ablaze at about 7 p.m. Sources say at the time of the incident, the military men guarding the house exchanged gunfire with the men for over hours, which has sent the population to early sleep. The Minister of Secondary Education, Professor Pauline Nalova-Lyonga, was in Limbe yesterday, December 23, 2021, to preside over the state honor and final journey of the 5 victims who lost their lives during the 24th November Ekondo Titi bomb blast. The minister used the occasion to thank the head of state for giving an opportunity to the education family to be able to carry out these cry out these victims, and called on teachers who have abandoned their job posts to return to school, else they will face consequences. Let's have an excerpt of Minister Pauline Nalova-Lyonga.
Deserve the name of Cameroon. It is not Cameroon. It's not representative. Ladies and gentlemen, who can tell us enough? We need to be told this over and over and over again. As the divisional representative for education said, this woman has suffered enough. But again, it's part of our behavior, where you think that for you to have a position, for you to become a principal, for you to be moved from one place to the other, you have to give 1 million so that you can be moved. So you don't know that simply come and knock on another's door and you're going to have what you want to have. Had she known that, she would have been moved before she left this state. But everybody was waiting, perhaps to give it to the wrong person. The person who says, give me 500,000. Give me that. Nalova does not take money. All those who have been moved now, go and ask them whether they gave me 1 franc.
Onto this feature story, driving or even moving from one part of Douala to another remains an uphill task made worse by the festive period. Our reporter Catherine Ekongwe witnessed the traffic as Christmas fever heightens. Her report.
One day into Christmas celebration, Douala, Cameroon's economic capital, is witnessing a head-on traffic on the major highways across the city. This is Bonaberi, where we get to meet the height of traffic congestion, as people will have to spend much time on the road before getting to their various destinations. A case in point is to move from Rompoint to Ryle, which normally could be a 20 minutes distance, has now become a 2-hour and more drive. This traffic congestion recently in Douala is attributed to the upcoming festive celebration, as city dwellers are using the rush hour to meet up with their needs of the season. Also, the presence of big trailers on the highway is another factor of road traffic, as these big trailers at times get to block roads, which slows down circulation of other vehicles. Again, some roads are under construction, which as well slows down the movement of vehicles. It should be noted that the effervescence of Christmas is always felt with the busy nature of most towns in the country, as people always await the Christmas with a lot of joy and happiness.
Cameroonian Makossa legend Ben Deka is now a nutritionist ambassador for J&A Oben Foundation. This is in line with the nationwide malnutrition eradication campaign launched by the foundation in Douala recently. Joy Ngong.
In a bid to intensify the malnutrition eradication campaign in the country, the J&A Oben Foundation has signed Cameroon Makossa legend Ben Deka as their nutrition ambassador. Ben Deka was presented by the officials of the organization to development stakeholders in the Douala 1 municipality recently at the Alfred Teka College in Dedo. This was in the presence of traditional and municipal authorities as well as civil society actors. The coordinator of the foundation, Malaika Douala, believes that signing the Makossa icon is best for the achievement of the objectives of the foundation.
Why Ben Deka as the ambassador? We all know that everybody listens to him, every generation, be it the small, the big, the old, the very old, everybody listens to Ben Deka, and he's somebody that like he already has his public, he has a very large public. So I guess and I know that with him the message will pass across.
Ben Deka on his part intends to utilize his fame to combat malnutrition in Cameroon.
Anyway, I'm not a doctor, but I used to travel sometime, and when I see a young girl and boy with fat more than me, because I'm fat too, I have to lose some weight. But anyway, I believe that I have many of fans who are able to listen what I used to do and what I think. So I just try to do the best to call all of them to come and try to do what they give me to do.
With Ben Deka as their nutrition ambassador, the J&A Oben Foundation aspires to achieve a nationwide success with their malnutrition eradication campaign.
We now talk about COVID-19, which is threatening the lives of many, most especially women. Our reporter Noraka Kebi tells us exactly how.
The coronavirus constitutes a significant threat to the fundamental rights and economies across the globe. The impacts are not gender neutral, but women are more vulnerable to the economic shocks as a result of the pandemic. Women are more likely to be infected by the virus as they are predominantly caregivers, as Dr. Dorothy Fosak, a lecturer in the Department of Women and Gender Studies in the University of Boya, explains.
Women have as part of their reproductive chores to take care of the homes, to take care of the house, feeding, caregiving roles. These roles actually increased a lot because to look for food, to feed the family, people who get sick, women have to take care of them, children get sick. So a lot of women contracted the COVID-19 from taking care of other people who are sick due to their caregiving roles.
In addition, the risk of violence against women increased as families were in closed quarters.
A lot of times women were not used to staying at home, men were not used to staying at home, and so there was a lot of tension, and we saw a rise in gender-based violence.
Since schools and social services were shut down and children had to stay at home, there were devastating consequences on children generally and the girl child especially, as many unwanted pregnancies were reported.
Young girls, when young people have nothing to do, they start getting into trouble, getting other things to occupy themselves, and so there was a lot of pregnancy, reported teenage pregnancy and all of that.
The vast majority of people providing food for the country are women, and they are the most at risk to become infected and bear the brunt of the economic burden. As a result, their families suffer. Talking about her response strategies, Dr. Fosak explains.
As a parent and as a mother, you still have to make sure that they're taking the precautions, wearing masks and washing their hands, sanitizing their hands.
Taking a gender perspective of the COVID-19 affecting women is not a luxury, but it is essential to a safe public health response for all.
Out of the country, Nollywood actor Samuel Obiago, aka Sam Daddy, has kicked the bucket. The actor, who was famous for playing the role of a king in Igbo land, passed on In the early hours of Thursday, December 23, 2021, Sam Dadi has been off the screen since July 21, 2021 due to health challenges and eventually lost the battle yesterday. The news was confirmed by the president of the Actors Guild of Nigeria, Emeka Rollas, on his social media handles. And still in Nigeria, at least 4 persons are reported dead and many injured after rockets were fired onto the city of Maiduguri in northeast Nigeria on Thursday, December 23, 2021. According to emergency services, several other people were injured in 3 neighborhoods, Gumari, Bulukutu, and Ajilari Kuros. Residents blame the attack on the Islamic State in Nigeria, which is active in the area. Reports say in early December, the jihadists fired 2 rockets into the city, hitting 2 houses in Gomari and Bulukuntu, but this time without causing any casualties. That was it for today's edition of Prime Flash, produced by Junior Pelama. Thanks for watching, faithful viewers. Have a nice time and Merry Christmas once again.